Alright, and we're back with another stream. Today gonna be streaming Genshin Impact 6.1 Archon Quest, or as I guess the Genshin officially calls it, Luna 2. Let me do that first. Okay. Let's see. Archon Quest, a nation that doesn't exist. Wait until 2 days later. The roster of Solnari has been revived with aid of a Kuvaki beam. Now a new crisis looms over Nodcry. Alright, we're gonna... Okay, yeah. We're gonna figure out how to deal with Rearer, I guess. Wait until 2 days later. Fine. Oh, no idea. 2009. Thanks for dropping in. Is this stream Genshin only? Probably. Yeah. Genshin dropped an update last Tuesday, so I'm getting to it. What's in my mail? Oh. Yeah, I still haven't, I still haven't gone back to U rank in Tetrio yet, so yeah, that's at least part of the reason why I haven't been streaming that, even though I always say I might. I haven't done Tetra League in a while. Let's go to Nasha Town, wherever it is. Alright. So when are we actually gonna meet Varka? It's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Rearer though. Where could he have slunk off to? Barely hang on to you, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure right now, what is it? Friggin', it's like inflated or deflated? No, it's inflated, right? I think there's a range of TR in where, within, SS, where it's like if you're at the top of SS, but there's some range where you'll lose more TR than you normally would, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I left off at 19.6 or 19.8k, but then I did some custom rooms with someone who's like I want to say 20.2k, and it was like, I don't know, maybe it was just this player, but it was not really doable for me. Maybe it was just a day or something, but yeah, I don't know. It's really hard, man. I need to figure something out. I don't know. Anyway, where could Rearer have slunk off to? If only he was gone for good, but with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him. Oh, you must be a traveler in Paimon. All spin meta? I mean... I feel like it kind of depends. I still think Allspin is the strongest. Like, I feel like people at the top of SS, bottom of U, still don't necessarily know like when a good time to go for Allspin is necessarily. Like, because their normal stacking, like I think that typically the best places to use Allspin is when you're fixing up, if you can do it properly, if you can use it to fix up a board without screwing up, without keeping, like if you can use it to actually fix up your board. Like if you're all spinning and then the board is just as messy, maybe it's not a great idea. And using it to keep back-to-back while down stacking, right? But I don't know. It's also just because I am 95% of the time the slower player, which is like I I I I want to get more efficient, right? I don't typically enjoy like trying to stride that much. It's used as a way to increase back to back now, not even down stacking. I mean, yeah, I have seen players that just keep on all spinning even as they 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 just keep on all spinning. They don't even try to access their garbage until maybe they're like halfway up their board. Um, was it uh well, I had one of the videos where it was like what did I title it? Titled it like I what or something? Yeah. That person used extended and then just proceeded to all spin stride without down stacking until they were literally at like line 16, 17. They had plenty of chances to kill me, especially since my down stacking was pretty bad. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to use it to maintain back to back, not necessarily increase back to back, since my regular stacking is still pretty crap. So I don't think I can really uh, bring in all spinning to uh, as like a big way to increase back to back. Only really try to use it to um, if I'm low on my board, or if like um, I don't know, if it's something really easier if I'm trying to down stack while maintaining back to back, right? Yeah, you said you barely hang on to U rank, and it's all down stacks and all spins. I don't know. It's just difficult because all spinning, kind of also rewards going faster in a way. Um, like what? Even the way CZ plays now, CZ has to play faster now too than before, right? Otherwise, he just. I mean, that's the top level, but otherwise he just, you know, he gets surge gapped if he doesn't keep up in speed. But yeah, I don't know. I still do feel like my general quad and T spin stacking is still not it. And when I'm the slower player, it does kind of compound on that. But like I said, I don't like want to just like, obviously I want to be able to play faster, but I don't want to suddenly become like a 2 PPS 70 APM player. Uh like I want to at least maintain my efficiency. Right. I am sitting at about 1.6, I think 1.6, 1.65 PPS, 70-ish APM. Currently at like 151 versus, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's difficult. It's difficult. I don't know really what to do. Like, I'm just trying to improve my vision, but it's really hard. I'm gonna have some water actually. 1.8 should be enough with good efficiency around 75 APM. I mean, yeah, my efficiency is still much higher than normal. Um, was it? It's still like, uh, let me look at my Kami North. Um, 1.67 PPS, 73 APM, 1.55 versus 0.73 APP, which is UX range for APP. So yeah, I do have plenty of space. Like, I am still significantly higher in efficiency. Um, but I don't want my improvement to be just speed, I guess, if that makes sense. If I up this to like, I don't know, I don't feel like doing the math, but like, what is it? Dracosop, I think they're sitting around 21.5k ish. I'm pretty sure they're like 1.8 PPS and 80 APM, right? I still would rather be efficiency focused than speed focused. And of course, if you're playing faster, then you can afford to go for like, I guess, more efficient stuff, but in a ways that's more burst speed, which I think put out decent burst speed. Maybe burst your down stacks if you want to go on full speed. Yeah, I try. It's just, you know, down stacking is also difficult, right? Hello, Dart Zumena. Your vibe special for you. Would love to be part of your community as a real friend on Discord. I'm sorry, but account created 38 minutes ago, and the nature of the chat. I don't add random people on Discord, I'm sorry, and also just the nature of this is not it. Isn't H-Bomb like a well-known content creator as well? Okay. So you're just impersonating then. HBomb94S? The YouTuber is literally HBomb94. Alright. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Get out of here. If you are a legitimate person, I have a Twitter, or yeah, if you don't have Twitter, I'm sorry, but I have no reason to believe this is not some alt or bot or something. Goodbye. But yeah. Yeah, I have been trying to burst down stacks. It's just down stacking is difficult, and when I'm trying to down stack, I'm still getting cheesed up by all spins, right? And I'm still like just getting pressured. I mean, that's just how it is, right? But it is what it is. It's just difficult. And even when I'm not stuck down stacking, I can't maintain a good stack for very long. Radimir, hello, you must be the traveler in Paimon? Yes, that is me. Mr. Flint has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry. He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan. The wild hunt? Uh-oh. We better get over there right away. Come on, let's go, Volt. So I'm going to welcome you and act through a nation that doesn't exist. Timing is really key in Season 2 if you aren't that good at all-spin. Yeah, I've been thinking, like, playing against Mockbot. Obviously, Mockbot is not exactly ideal, but sometimes I just can't find people around my skill level to play against. Yeah, I've been thinking, like, if I have quad or TSD, I use it to, like, and they're sending me cheese from all spinning, I use it to try to cancel the cheese, and then, you know, whatever leftover cheese is sent back to them. It's just the issue, and I don't mean this as like a design choice issue. I just mean like it typically, if someone's all spinning, they're gonna be all spinning more frequently than I can send a TSD or quad, right? So I'm still gonna get cheese regardless. And also, it's hard to it's hard to I find it hard to macro it out, like to try and pay attention of that sort of stuff, timing, when I'm so focused on trying to keep a good board state and keep back to back and all of that stuff, right? I can do very basic macro, where if I have like a spike ready, then I can wait and see what they're doing. But that's about it. Granted, people at my skill level, a lot of people that I've seen still don't actually like do that, which is one way I've been able to at least maintain, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. And Allspin itself is just really daunting to sort of learn. Like T-spins, there are like T-spins. The T is one piece, right? And typically, you either have the LST patterns or you have the heart-shaped patterns. And it's very, of course, there's a huge variety like of other stuff, but it's pretty clear, I guess, where you can start with. Just start with one of them or something. And I mean, LST or well, they kind of go. You'd use both of them really, but what I mean to say is T-spins is one piece. It's 1 out of 7 pieces. You'll learn some of the most common patterns for that piece, and then you're good to go. And like the common patterns are, you know, there aren't. It's how do I put it? They're intuitive, I guess. I'm not sure if that's the best way to put it, but with all spinning, suddenly there are 7 pieces to learn spins for. 6 if you want to keep T-spin separate, although with Tetrio all spin rules right now, there are still T-spin all spins just because of the immobile rule. And it's like, it's just so daunting. Where do you start? Because in order to really get back-to-back going with all spins, you kind of need to learn all spins for every single piece. So there's just this, I feel like there's just this period where you're trying to learn all spins for, and then it doesn't really, it might not actually amount to much until you hit some, I don't know, some arbitrary point where you know all spins for, at least some all spins for all of the pieces. But I don't know, maybe that's kind of thinking is kind of flawed, I guess. Like, maybe you can learn spins for S and Z pieces, and then just, you don't go for all spins unless it's specifically for those pieces. Yeah, but it's just, when you're trying to fix your board, I guess, for example, you can't necessarily, you don't always get to choose. You don't have full control over what sort of all spin opportunities you have. There's like at least 28 patterns you need to learn. Yeah, there's just so much. It's very daunting. And like, it's not like, so T-spins, the heart shape and the LST patterns are like the biggest ones, the biggest patterns, right? You learn those two, you cover a ton of ground. With all spin, just like, there's no one all spin, even for any given piece, really, that is noticeably more effective or common than the others. I have been having kind of fun. Well, that's not really a great way to put it. I've been seeing like the overhangless SC spins more. And I think I've been seeing some of the so-called mech heart patterns a bit more, but I don't set those up like multiple of those up in one go. I usually only set up like one S or Z spin over the T spin. I won a 1 PPS Smockbot game. Nice. Was that on Engine 1 or Engine 2? Well, was that on default engine or Engine 2? Because I think default engine, Luke calls it Mock Wrapped or something, but there's like 3 engines. That card is basically S2 factory. Yeah, I know. I've only gone against it in TL. Wait, have I gone against it in TL? I'm not sure. I've only gone against it like once or twice, and it's annoying, but... yeah. Mock engine 2. Yeah, that's nice. I beat 1 PPS, the default engine. I think I posted that. I actually have beaten it 2 or 3 times, but engine 2 is just like, it's not doable. Holy frick. Because it actually, when it can, it actually, like... So, one of the things with default mock engine, whichever one it is that, like, it basically only... It so heavily prefers the cheese all spin that it doesn't actually pressure very hard. Its pressure is in the form of cheese. Which is a lot easier to brute force overcome. But Engine 2, it does the cheese, but then when it like, it also mixes in proper quads and T-spin doubles and I think T-spin triples for the bigger sends, for more pressure. It mixes it in with that cheese. And when it's down stacking, it breaks, like, when it decides to break, it's very intentional. Like, it's a bot, obviously it's gonna be intentional, but it's very intentional in that it breaks Surge to send you a bajillion cheese, or maybe a lot of clean, just depending on how big you let its Surge get. And then it continues to down stack into a Diao stack, and it's like, bro, how do you deal with this? It's not possible for me. The only ways I win against Mach Season 2 is if I get, like, I guess, a lucky string of LST. Well, I have, or maybe I catch it, I do ascend when it's just in a moment where it can't do anything but try and put a piece over to prepare to send or something. Yeah, I don't know. Timing and don't send small garbage. What's that referring to? How to beat Mach Engine 2? Or what? I don't really, like... Why would you not want to send... I mean, like... Oh, do you mean, like, small garbage? Do you mean, like, just a single 4 lines, like, single quads and single T-spin doubles? Because when you said don't send small garbage, I initially thought you meant, like, cheese, but cheese is a kind of a good way to make at least a player break back to back. I mean, I have also been trying to work on spiking more. But I don't think, like, a 2-send spike, like a quad or TSD quad itself is also... That's also not gonna cut it against Machbot. I need to, like, combine that with Surge or something. I have been trying to work on my spikes a bit more. I've been trying to work on cut copies and setting up fractals more. But yeah, it's just difficult, and for me, I don't seem to be making headway, which I genuinely don't know why, and it's kind of disheartening. But yeah. Hello, incoming viewers. Thank you for joining the stream. I was getting started with Genshin, but then, kind of also just chatting. Right, so we need to meet up with Flynn's at some quarry. Yeah. Mach Engine 2 is just, it's just a bit much. Not a bit much, it's a lot much. Every so often, like, I think in the past week I got hit with 3 or 4 40 spikes, and I'm like, man, what do I do? Let's eat some dongo soup, whatever cloud. Is this dongo? I don't know. Engines. This is probably some kind of dongo or tangyuan. What's tangyuan in English? Frick. I don't know the actual Chinese characters. But if it's what I'm thinking of, it literally translates to soup round or something like that. Tangyuan. Wait, but tangyuan is a dessert. Why would that be made from lotus seed and bird egg soup? I don't know. Okay. Now listen close, Vieri. I'm only sharing this with you because I trust you. Who is this even part of the main thing? But the proof of the cognoscentius. Right! This is what happens when you try to narrate everything. But I don't really want to switch to English voices for Genshin. Oh, what's with that? Is that abyssal energy? Oh, hello. Where'd you all come from? I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk. Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough. He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here? Yeah, everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on? We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Reaver to strike again. Looks like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him, nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the crystallinite itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished. And we're sure that Reaver did this? Who else? He is the only one who could pull off a stunt like this. Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Rusher of Solnari set to maximum threat level. You didn't do that before? Okay. Warning. Unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. You think? The consequences could be catastrophic. You think? Well, do you remember when we encountered Reaver just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left, nothing but madness and rage. He was already extremely dangerous, even then. Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? He was shouting the names of the sinners, right? Reaver's one. Did he? I don't remember if he shouted Sertologi, but Sertologi's 2. Vetter Fulnir or something? That's 3. Who's the one that is literally Hexenzirkel Shade Sinner? What's her name? I forgot. Rhindaughter. I don't remember which names he shouted, but yeah. He was shouting the sinners' names, I'm pretty sure. One gets chills just thinking about it, but the thought that he's still out there lurking somewhere in Nodkai waiting for his chance to strike, even chillier. Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding? Yeah, if I were him, and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point in staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong? His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly. The other thing is, How does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly? Beats me. According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own. To beat Machbach Engine 2, I had to play at 2.4 PPS and 140 APM. This is Machbot set to 1 PPS, right? Yeah, I think the most rounds I have taken in a first to 7 is 3. I don't remember the stats for that one, but yesterday or the day before, I did manage to get a 80 APM 170 versus. I think I was 1.6-ish PPS. There are some rounds where I'm actually able to do really well with all spin down stacking, but it's like when it doesn't happen, it's actual trash. I don't know. Hit flow state for like 40 seconds, and then back to playing like trash. Yeah. That actually sounds about right. He was running away to himself the whole time, like he had zero interest in talking to us. There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past or what he might be hoping to achieve, other than that he's a sinner. Exactly, and we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hasn't heard of the name Rasha Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered every scrap of intel in Nodkaya, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him. So if we have nothing, we'll just keep getting stronger, but if we want to investigate him, we have nowhere to look. No idea where to look. Dainsleif, where are you? In my Twitter doom scrolling, it seems that you are present. Hopefully I avoided the biggest spoilers. Last time we had Marinette and her big robo buddy. His name is Polonia. I had to think for a moment. And we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone... Yeah, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big? Dainsleif. How strong are you, Dainsleif, actually? Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say he'll likely target other places rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krati or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure, if we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him. A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up. I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rira's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisui Island. Wait, why Hisui Island? If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki rich ore, was it not? Uh-oh. That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims. Uh-oh. Splitting up's always going to be risky, but I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rira, what then? Yeah, that's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind. Didn't you say the third rule was go with the flow? I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup. Who on this island can back up? Besides Varka, where the frick are you? And Dainsleif, where the frick are you? Agreed, if anyone finds so much as a trace of Iru, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first. Alright, we'd better get moving. Come on, Inefa, let's go. You fix your cannon. What are we doing? Are we looking for leads? What are you doing? Oh no. Knuckles the Echidna, 1998. Frost Moon Enclave. So what are the oculi for this region called? I forgot. Did I already collect, like, any? Usually I avoid them until I feel like bringing out the interactive map. Lunoculus? It's the only thing I can think of. Do I have any leftover? It wouldn't be that. It would be this, right? Pyroculus, Anemoculus. Really? Okay. Huh. Alright. Genshin maps look a lot better, not gonna lie. You mean like compared to before? In what way? You mean just like the overall compared to 2.0 maps? I mean, still in what way though? I mean, both Inazuma and Nodcry are like a bunch of islands. Unless you mean like, sorry, the overworld. Just like the Nodcry world looks better than Inazuma, in which underground ones that look more vibrant. Where the frick did I go? This is not one. Does friggin' does there? I haven't been doing this. I've been meaning to do this. Go talk with Columbina once a week, but sorry, I still don't know what you mean by. Do you mean like the actual game world, or do you mean the map that I'm on right now? Because I don't think Inazuma had underground maps at all. Like underground, yeah, world map at all. That was introduced in Sumeru, I think. Game World. Okay, Game World. I mean, all Inazuma had for underground was Enkanomiya, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure all Inazuma had was Enkanomiya. You know what? Let me just teleport over to Enkanomiya. Let me take a look. I haven't been here in a really long time. I mean, Enkanomiya was like... Enkanomiya was cool when it first came out. Where's the thing that changes it from light to day to night? I don't know. Yeah, but I just haven't had a reason to come back to Enkanomiya. I'm sure there's stuff I haven't finished in here, but yeah, okay. I think like Nodcry itself though as a whole is quite the environment is very pretty. That's for sure. What is? Huh? Okay. Legendary item claimed to have been used by the Frostmoon Signs in their ceremonies. At times, it's possible to glimpse curious scenes in the mirror's reflection. If the moon appears reflection inside or outside the mirror can be made to meet, perhaps something good might happen. I should do your statue inside the moon mirror to reset the positions of the moon mirror. Prayer reflections. How's the story so far compared to previous version updates? I'm not a good person to ask when it comes to story quality. I am absolutely terrible at analyzing nuances, picking up details, that sort of stuff. A lot of times I'll just like I will enjoy it, but like unless there's something like egregiously bad, I guess, I won't really notice like certain things. Let me think. I'd say the worst bit of the story, and I guess a more recent thing, although would be Fontaine, Fortress of Meripede bit. That was genuinely kind of a slog. That's not exactly recent anymore. What about Notlun? Let me try and think. Frick. What happened in Notlun? How did it go? We arrived, we didn't get our pyrovision. We were trying to help with the fight against the abyssal things. Kachina dies and doesn't get revived, so we have to go find her. I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, I kind of just enjoy it. Like, maybe it's kind of shallow, but I just kind of enjoy it without thinking too much about it. But like I said, I guess the Fortress of Meripede bit in Fontaine was kind of questionable. When I think of like the worst story, really the main one that comes to mind is Inazuma. When we when we run off to Kokomi's island or whatever, she makes us like captain of Swordfish 2, and then like what do we do as captain of Swordfish 2? We do nothing. It was so pointless. I haven't played since early Notlun. The story I liked most is Sumeru. I think I see a lot of sentiment that Sumeru was like overall one of, if not the best. Like, great story also combines, at least the main story. Great story also combines like good gameplay and stuff. Or like, is that it? No, I did really like Sumeru's story a lot though. Although exploration of the desert is kind of a pain, but it's a desert. I don't know. You can't really expect, like, that's just kind of how a desert is. You can't have ruins everywhere in the desert. We got nothing to do but errands and fetch quests. How much of Notlun was errands and fetch quests? Frick. Yeah, I can't remember. Sumeru side quests were doo-doo though. I can't really comment on that. I have not been doing like side quests basically at all. I mostly keep up just with the main story and like the timed events. Yeah. Frick, where is it? You see this? There's so much that I haven't done and haven't even accepted. I haven't even done like the one where you have to collect. I haven't started the one where you have to collect all the Aranaras, and it's like, do I want to? Do I want to even start that? Where do I start that? Do I want to spend an hour looking for the little Aranaras? Any leads? Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. Kind of is. Feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this. Are you saying you'd rather die than... So you guys didn't find anything either? Not loving the word either. How about you, Flins? I questioned a few Ratnicky and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual, but by the time I got to his place, he was already gone. Almost as if he knew someone was onto him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long. He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target? No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want it, he'd had plenty of chances to take it. All we can do now is hope that I know and nefer turn up some leads. Darn it, Reaver. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one. Nice. Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear. Oh, shush. No, it's coming from the place where Columbina's hiding out. Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger. Uh-oh. Let's get over there quick. Uh-oh. Oh, cutscene already. Okay, just this moment from the trailer. They're already... I didn't expect this to be so soon. We gotta help her somehow. Okay, and then Reaver is... Where's Reaver now? What do you think? Moon Hunter or whatever he's called. What was that about disengaging? Yeah, I think we're out of your league. What are you gonna do, Paul? That's the name. How do you have time for that? What? How? Yeah, your arrow is not doing crap. Did that hit her? It did. Willpower, come on. Power of friendship, come on. Oh, cool. Nice. Wait, what's that supposed to do though? Oh, okay. Just teleport us out. Why do I need to make contact to teleport everyone out? What do you mean, even if it means turning the place to ashes? Why would you say that? You already don't care in the first place. What do you mean, even if? That was too close. I still don't quite understand why needed to contact in order to teleport all of us out. Was it because of the friggin' relic we stored in me? That might be why, actually. We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong? He's one of the 5 sinners. He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards. I have a question. Yes? When me and nefer showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They're already duking it out by the time we arrived. Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly we had no choice but to step in. Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation? Kutar, cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the frost moon signs referred to as the moon goddess? Wait, she's the moon goddess? No wonder she looks just like all those statues. Shouldn't it be the other way around? There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt I cannot say, but since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target. There are many potential motives. For instance, you helped Volt escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. Well, it's also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%. Where are we anyway? This still kind of looks like wild hunt infested areas. A counter-strategy, but we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Varka! Where are you? And where are the horses? Wait, didn't we leave off 6.0 with Varka confronting him? Surely our option is to run. He's not going to chase us to the end of the world, right? So long as we can sneak out of Nodcry undetected. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda, this is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out. Running is our only option. Huh? You seem surprised, but what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle. Well, I mean, yeah, but still. It's not too late, I can distract him, so you'll have plenty of time to make your escape. No! We're not leaving you behind. Hello? Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait? Hello? Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf. This is what friendship is about, okay? You've been used all your life. Well, now we teach you what friendship means. I think, right? The coyote doesn't suffer bystanders while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Llama? Frost moon signs have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay. You can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style. Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself. We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking, but suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another. Ryu's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop. Running away won't solve anything. We run away while figuring out how to deal with him. I don't know. But Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Sign so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. Yep. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too, but I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I realized that this is never about whether the Frost Moon Signs need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional, but what I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows, perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home. Thank you, Alma, but my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I'll be of little use to you now. So? We're all supposed to be friends, right? If you want to talk about strength, well, how strong is Yehoda? Yehoda, slander. I don't know. We'll find a way. It's our turn to help you now. Very well then. I'll do as you say. Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess? It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling, like a lake cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now it is almost run dry. What do you mean, rejected by the world? The three moons belong to the ancient, bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. That's why we need the moon mirror to borrow the eternal moon's power. The three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the frost moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other two. But maybe I can! Hello incoming viewers, thank you for joining the stream. Just getting along with Genshin Impact 6.1, or as I guess it is officially called, Luna 2 Archon Quest. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow, so when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kubaki from the eternal moon's marrow. Yep. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the... I told you this was a wild hunt area. It's a wild hunt. Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later. See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us? They're likely just a scouting party, which means we won't be far behind. And what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here. Teleport, teleport, teleport. What? Quest location is currently... What do you mean? I literally turned on focus mode. Wait, what? I'm so confused. I really like first. Like, they just keep coming, just driving me nuts. I have no idea how to use these characters though. They're just closing in on us, we need to pick up the pace. There's too many of them, and this time we can't fall back on Kudora's help to escape. If this goes on much longer, we're all gonna die. Yup. I got him, dudes. I have no idea what these characters do, I'm just pushing buttons. And seeing numbers. How many of these do I have to kill? Isn't it full? Isn't the thing in the top full? Oh, he actually has a unique charge attack. Cool. It's Varka! Hello. Okay, I was not exact. I kind of figured from that, like, from narrative perspective, even though I literally just said I'm terrible at that, I wasn't expecting him to show up here, but just having that scene, I'm like, oh yeah, he definitely shows up, huh? What's the matter? A bit off more than you could chew? Who the... who are you? Uncle Varka, you're back from, Svartnir... What? Whoa, you're Varka, Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius? I'm gonna save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this. Yeah. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe. Oh, is that where I think it is? That's the one. Come on, move. Come on, move. There's no time to waste. Where are the horses, Varka? Where are the horses? You took all of them. Ah, we're back in the Fortress of Maripede. Or in the sewers of Fontaine. Get the frick out of here, dumb bot. No one likes you. At least you make it obvious you're a bot. Wow, where are we? This is so well hidden. Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network. Heh? What's that? AKA the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nodcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. Nice. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas and Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius. We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Pummon expected, but you definitely have that Grandmaster vibe. Well, I'm no spring chicken, just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Ansvartnir without a wink of sleep, only get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac. Another? You mean you fought him before? How strong is Varka, bruh? Yep, he wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it, but still, it wasn't enough to stop him. Alright, so how many are dead? I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you, and as luck would have had it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest you already know. Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat? Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something. Note to self, Uncle Varko's strength rating officially upgraded. Okay. I guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form, and why is it after you? That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick. And it brings Varka up to speed about what happened before. Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually Fatui Harbinger, and all this Wild Hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Rasher of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all. I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone. You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times they've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, they've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course. A new variable? You mean us? Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rira is an individual with an agenda. He's got to have a weak spot somewhere. Are the majority of the Knights of Favonius just wiped out now? Yeah, I don't know, man. He said he took heavy injuries. Well, he said injuries, right? Did he say losses? Heavy injuries. Okay. Him saying he barely made it out alive himself, that kind of implies that, you know, some of them died, but he said heavy injuries, not heavy losses, so I don't know. I guess some people died, but not all of them. But where are they? And where are the horses? Bruh. That said, while I know what's explaining everything just now, one of the points that Mr. Flynn's added caught my attention. You mean about our mystery ally? That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisui Island from lethal Kavaki blast. Mondstadt might be cooked. It's because Mondstadt doesn't have the horses. So, wait. Not only did they lead straight to some key file. Wait, what? What are they talking about here? Mystery ally? Is that... I don't know what's going on, what this is referring to. It sounds like it might be referring to Dainsleif, but I don't remember what situation this was about. I don't know who or what could pull something off like that. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue. I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me? She's so precious. Wild Hunt. Oh! That thing when we were looking at his home to go through the logs. Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, an odd Kryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kavaki Survey Log. Oh. Nope, still doesn't ring a bell. Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Yeah, but I don't know who the mystery ally is referring to. Like, I don't know a situation. I don't remember any scenario where they, where that was mentioned prior. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Svartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly it served a purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted, and from everything you told me, it sounds like the scheming began well before his return, so maybe luring me away was all part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all this by himself? Moon Maiden and the Rusher of Solnari, all in Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding can't be a coincidence. Angie Varka, thinking Varka. So, what do we do now? Got any ideas? Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Reaver. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here, but even with everyone united, we're still no match for Reaver in its current state, let alone with his power still growing. What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own? What are you referring to? What's Yehoda looking at? How so? Have you thought of something, Columbina? 3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest, the Frost Moon was the brightest, and the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power, enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within Volt. So where's the Iridescent Moon stuff? Hold on, are you suggesting the Iridescent Moon, the last piece in the puzzle? That's right, if we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly. The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding. According to my analysis, the solution is feasible, however, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the Iridescent Moon's marrow? I know a way, but we still need to visit the Fitui's Experimental Design Bureau. We're gonna go say hi to Sandrone and Polonia again? Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette? Yes, I must speak with Sandrone. It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you will be spotted. You shouldn't go alone. I'll go with her. And that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Reaver's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in this Wild Hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Rasha Solnari. Solnari, Sol, something. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root of what's causing it. It's true, we still know very little about him. If Kutar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name. But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue. And she has info coming out of her ears. Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines. When did you arrive? Ah, she heard me. Got him, GG's. Boss, what are you doing here? I'm now asking myself the same questions. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal, but it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind. Is she angry? Is her face red? Or is that just the lighting? Details. Miss Nefer, the important thing is you've arrived at the perfect time. This is a business deal, right? You help us, and you get all the horses that we no longer have. Since this failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rear. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one, and I'm talking all the factions in Nodcry. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over, so I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat. Wait a sec. How do you even hear about this place, Nefer? What do you mean? Varka told us this is like the best place to get intel, and Nefer is an intel broker. Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius meeting spot and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden? You really think you could have gone settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is. You mean... Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all. Please, spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you run into some trouble, huh? You bring Nefer up to speed on what's been happening. Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck. Got him, GG's. She's out. So you're just going to sit this one out? Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me? I don't know, not dying. What if we told you we can't do this without you? No, then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free. I can't put a price on something like this, just not in my nature, but then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard, so I can't exactly say I didn't see this coming. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair? How much though? You just don't give up, do you? Do? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. Got her, GG's. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost, and a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous, unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful. Boss. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Fear. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be leyline fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please, I'm begging you. Ew. She's being so uncharacteristically... Well, I don't know. Oh, you're not smirking anymore. This is why I'm always telling you, never accept favors. They're the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda. I'll help, but just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flynn's, that fragment that Rear was after. Do you still have it on you? Of course. Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads. Wait, you actually have some leads? This is top secret info. I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with? Count me in too. Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefer did scan the moon goddess Kuvaki's signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Chrome Cake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nodcry. So long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch onto your scent and won't be able to track you down. I like it. Genius idea. There's something about Varka's model that seems a little off. Huh. Alright then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed. I don't know. Wait, he actually has thick arms, right? Unlike Ito. Oh. Okay. Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau. They're just letting us waltz on in? Oh, never mind. I'm gonna disappear for a moment. I need water. Lady Damslet. Wait, and you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind your own business lately, but if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for what we have to do. For doing what we have to. You really think that's gonna scare us off? Shut it, Paimon. We're not looking for any trouble, I just want to see Sandrone. Do I need to remind you you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece, but don't even think about trying to get inside. Let them in. I knew, I had a feeling. But... music change? Are you going to make me repeat that? No, my lady. Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day. Just waltzing on in. Oh, I heard this Archon quest is really long. We'll just have to see. So, tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so you're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything. I promise it's nothing big. It only involves one of the 5 sinners of Conria and the future of Nodcry and potentially the world. It's not that big, right? There are other worlds, you know, that we could go off to. We could ask Skirk. We could ask. We can ask Alice. We could ask the Hexen Circle. You know, right? Seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. Seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. You look happy. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes. I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Music stopped. Wait, Arlecchino does have a moon motif, like Crimson Moon or something.
Huh?
What? You're not smiling anymore. Arlecchino's here? Huh? You mean the knave? I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she a Nodcry? Nope, she's not. Once the work in this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry now are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway? Pulcinella and... the rich guy. I don't remember all their names. So, I'd assume Arlecchino is back in Fontaine, probably. But if I remember correctly, Regrader, or however it's pronounced, is the rich dude. Mirror is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Huh? Does Arlecchino just have it straight up or something? Huh? Marionette seems lost in thought, but she doesn't look surprised. She must know more than she was letting on. I don't understand what Arlecchino has to do with the iridescent moons, Miro, but at this point, I have no choice but to go along with Columbina's plan. Iridescent is rainbow, right? Or is it green? No, that's rainbow. Iridescent. Yeah. Showing luminous colors that seem to change when seen from different angles, so basically kind of rainbowish. What's the word for a more green-ish? I don't remember. Whatever. Is that a no then? We're only doing this to stop Rearer. As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden. She's smiling. Have you held any tea parties lately? Tea parties? Oh, yeah, obviously. You don't necessarily think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here? If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive guests. You won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy. I bet you serve them the worst tea you have, just like you used to do to me when I upset you. Ooh, gonna embarrass her in front of me. Just embarrass Marionette in front of other people. I don't know. Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosalind, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings? Yeah, friggin' Signora. I guess, like, what Signora's story is like, she hated Venti out of sort of, it was sort of a revenge thing, right? But she, like, Columbina did say that Signora was the one who taught her how to show gratitude. And, I think in one of the older promotional materials when it was, showing all of the harbingers gathered around Signora's casket, Columbina was like sort of hugging it. You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react? Where do you even pull the tea out from? Are you Peach from Subspace Emissary? Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Was she genuinely trying to introduce Columbina to new flavors? Maybe all that coldness is just an act, and they actually get along? Oh yeah, and Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around too, but I guess we won't be seeing him again. Who? Captain? But what if you won't see Child around either? Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. We are overdue for a get-together. Polonia. Have Fevronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. It will suffice. Pass along a message for me too, if you would. My bonnet cannot contain the mirror of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care. What do you mean? What? You don't have 2 moons, though. You have one, I have one. Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under Tsarwitz's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly. But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, maybe a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes. I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have so much as a reason to stay as I do. What's your reason for staying? The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left, and frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. She says that, but she's the one who just caved in and agreed to help Columbina. I guess that's our cue to leave. We better not keep Varka and the others waiting. That might be your plan, but it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer. Huh? What do you mean? Is Arlecchino here now? Listen. Oh, they're here already. My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility. Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. How strong have you made Polonia? Because Vira's gone stronger too. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire experimental design bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapon system. Just be careful, okay? Don't tell me what to do. Look, if you're leaving, make it quick or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the second floor. It'll take you right to the plane's out back. Stay all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party. I know, but thank you anyway, Sandrone. This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense rubbing off of you. But that's what... That's from Signora. What do you mean? Come on then, Mr. Rusher. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your wild hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top. Okay. Oh, okay. Bro! What is this? This is so underwhelming, dude. Bruh. I have, like, my fire rate is so much lower, and there's, like, no impact. And these other two ones on the side are just doing, like, nothing. What the heck is going on? Oh, didn't work, whatever. Okay, sure, whatever. Blah. 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 Are we gonna do a third one? Please don't tell me we're gonna do a third one. That's like, bro. Okay. Sure. Do headshots do anything? No, I don't know. This is so underwhelming, like, bro, what? I'm pretty sure snipers have a much more impactful firing sound. Where am I taking damage from? Why? Okay. Please don't tell me there's more. Bro! Oh my goodness. And we're back to the... There's no oomph in these. More tenacious than I thought. Whatever, this is where the real fun begins. I just haven't been paying attention to these. I don't know, maybe I missed a bunch of stuff. There is zero oomph to this. Don't worry, once it's all over, I'll put you back all together again, I promise. I mean, this machine is severely damaged. Okay. Only the Rusher himself, time to... Up. And he disappeared. Oh, where'd he go? Uh-oh. It is just a machine. Nice one, girl. What's with this music? Polonia, get him. I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter and uploaded every last scrap of your data, so let's finish this once and for... She's not here. Looking for Columbina, right? Where'd she go? Hey, over here, you big... Nice one. Cursed moon. Cursed moon? Go keep searching. She cannot have gone far. Oh, I thought when he said cursed moon is like referring to another type of moon. He's gonna get one-shotted. Polonia got one-shotted. I got him, GG's. Hey. Is this her stash? It's just a bunch of candles and a chair and incense. What is this? So this is your method for investigating Rira's past? It almost looks like some kind of ceremony. Good deduction, but it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Science. Whoa, first time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon, but it's actually kind of nice. Oh, well, I guess this must be Sumeru decor? That's where the boss is from, and that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass. I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin? Whenever we wish, but for some reason I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rira myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him. If you ask me, you're about as far as from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet? Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also, how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left. Come on, big boss. Line up, quit talking about death. It's bad luck. For once, I agree with you. When we're up against a foe like we were, there's no such thing as too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help? That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need to find someone for me. The sooner, the better. Is it someone from Samaro? Eh? Find who? Is it Nahida? The shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day. Alright, we're finding Dory. Wait, I genuinely forgot that the Finding Nemo had a sequel. Alright, we're finding Dory then. Come on, boss, you're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person. Okay. Is she gonna get angry? Her angry glare. Her angry smile glare. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. A few moments later. Quit dragging me. I genuinely can't run any further. Shake said. Dory's VA really has a field day when voicing her lines. Hey, aren't you... What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See? Look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us, but instead she kept together and just asked for an extra fee. Dory Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together. If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me, and she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Nodcry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kavaki and fainted. And when you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life or death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all my goods ever since. Now that no one here left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends who send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangma Bay is nothing if not generous. Alright, quit yapping. Come on. So let me guess, you run into some trouble? I've got everything you could possibly need. The more you buy, the more you'll save. You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear? The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? They have jetpacks? Why didn't I see anyone when we were there, bruh? An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea? Okay, Nautilus. At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If you're even worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious. One of the 5 sinners of Conria. What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees? No, she's not smiling. You think so? Then we really are talking top shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier. Who's your supplier? Skirk? Your supplier? A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Nodcry in the near future. Wait, was it Alice? Because Alice was the one who introduced... Well, Alice was the one who helped Skirk start along in this world after Sir Logi let her in. And, frick, I don't remember what... When we found Skirk with Dory there, she did mention Alice, right? If you're willing to wait, I can ask her once she's here. I can't say exactly how long that'll be, though. Let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter? Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, this is for my personal use only. Let's just say I'm borrowing it, alright? Just for insurance purposes, you'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. Win-win situation, don't you think? Where's her angry smile? Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every hour after that, I'm charging you 1 million more. Deal? Deal. Why do I feel like this doesn't do anything? Oh, what a way to start the day. Was there anything else you wanted, or can I go back to bed now? So what does this actually do, though? That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip on your way back, friend. See you later. You're my favorite shopkeep. Is Nefer gonna get mad at her for saying that? Never mind. Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony could now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You'll see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened and don't make a sound. Don't make a sound? Good luck, Yehoda. After laying down on the ground, rules for everyone who will join the trip as a follower. Nefer begins the ceremony. I need water. Oh, frick. I kept going. Now let's peer into Rira's past. Wait, it did say past, right? Wait, what? I made it. Okay, so what was this team's objective again? Frick. Figure out his motives? Or something? I think it was to figure out his motives, right? And I guess to do that, we're gonna figure out his past. I don't recognize the style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. Looks like the fearsome Rasher Sonari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury and Conria? Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring. Ooh, the build-up on the music. Anything outside the window? Nope. This music's quite nice. A few storage boxes sit next to the cabinet. Everything in sight is neatly organized. Whoever lives here seems to be enjoying a pretty comfortable life. What is this though? Is that supposed to be a bed? That does not look comfortable at all. Lighting quirk. A note. A handwritten note. Hi, River. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. Ooh, kebabs. What kind of kebabs? I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. River has a girlfriend! Or a spouse! Or something!
追伸
Yes, new stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home, a few teacups and a pen rack. Hope you like them.
気に入ってくれると
Reaver
嬉し
has
い
a
な
spouse.
署名は
They
な
didn't
し
sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living
この
together.
メッセージを残した人は
Read Reaver's diary. Okay. Yep. Oh, but it's a little scuffed in that the animation doesn't flow to a stop smoothly. Like it just goes from running to walk to stop. Journal on the table. I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindus was tied up with something, couldn't make it. That's his name again, Felindus. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
ソリンディス
Felindus, that's the name Reaver, the same name Reaver mentioned. The one he mentioned he shouted multiple times, right? Grain imports keep following. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Ooh, not being able to have... Ooh. What about veggies? Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? Corrosive? Oh. I don't think lab-grown's not inherently bad. We're getting more lab. I think haven't they figured out, like scientists figured out how to start making lab-grown meat more economically, or are they still working on that? Because I know like lab-grown meat's like it's been possible for some time now, but I don't care what's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat. Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conry is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? What's that out there, out the window? I guess mostly underground. That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes to dining. I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy and keep it somewhere safe. Buy what? Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is. Most of what's written in the diary are mundane details of everyday life. It's clear that the author was an ordinary Conrian, or at least they were passing themselves off as one. The author's handwriting doesn't reveal anything. It's neither showy nor stiff. In fact, it doesn't really leave any particular impression. He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's returned certain habits, at least in this regard. Near the end of the diary, you notice a page with shallow indentation along the bottom. The previous page has been torn out. For now, its contents remain a mystery. Did Mirror rip it out himself? But pen marks like these still leave a trace. With something like charcoal to add some color, you just need to find the right angle. When Nefer looks around, she sees a fine charcoal pencil on the desk. Before long, she has restored the missing words. Compared to the forgettable handwriting from before, these lines have been scrawled in a rougher, more haphazard way, as if the person who wrote them was in an emotional state. Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool. Is this a love story? He's trying to get revenge for what happened when Conria was destroyed? The burial place of a fallen moon. The burial place of a fallen moon, a withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away, that it could still beat to the rhythm of love. This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a fallen moon. When was Columbina born again? Was it at... Was it like immediately after the cataclysm? Because maybe, and this is just speculation. Because like, if there are details, I'm sorry, I don't remember. But maybe Columbina inherited the power of the moon that he's talking about. But I don't know. Unless that's all just that was metaphorical, like fallen moon. Unless that was metaphorical. So. We're over here. Dainsleif! Hey, it's young Dainsleif. Or is that young Rearer? No, that one's Rearer, right? Yeah. Dane and Vetterfolnir, what a surprise to see you here, sir. Hello there, Rearer. You need not address me so formally outside of court. Are we gonna see Sir Logi? He doesn't get much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right? Well, I'm flattered. So, what are we discussing today? Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks. Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along? Oh, he's gonna ask, will you marry me? Right? Right? Yeah, but I thought the Great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip. I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all. Yep. Yeah, if you had told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either. So, are you planning to come clean about your job? I'm guessing you still haven't told her. Oh. Okay. Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point, but I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it. Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by her actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. What was his actual job in the past? Member of the King's Guard. Oh, quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know? Oh, that's a cover story, though. Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been? Me? Same old. Nothing much to it. Huh? What's up, Ved? It's nothing. And you too? Vetterfolnir, Dainsleif's older brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. That's the one that Dainsleif fought in Notland, right? I think. And said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? He's one of the Vinster King's blades. I think Vinster King was mentioned before, right? But I don't remember from where. Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we're talking about? What we were talking about? Brown, curly hair, brooding blue eyes. So this is what Reaver looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal, no different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be. Okay. Oh, wait, I can... Okay, I'm assuming I'll have to go through this area later. That's a really thin door, though. Or narrow door. Love interest, yep. Thelindis, you're back early. Okay, Thelindis was his love interest. Upgraded NPC models! Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Oh, why the long face? Something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again? Is he gonna come clean? Went for a drink with Dinah and the others after work. Isn't that a good thing? Vetterfilner showed up today too, you know, Dainsleif's older brother. Ah, Mr. Vetterfilner. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true. He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. When I asked what it was, he kept it to himself. So you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Rearer. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry. But I'm not. But Rearer's not a nobody. Maybe you're right. You worry too much, Rearer. We've been together for ages now. Everything's been going so well, has it not? You even proposed to me. So you do remember. Tell me then, what's your answer? Like I said, I need some time to decide. I can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead. Alright, take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vetterfilner and Dainsleif, what do we even matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixated on the far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much a difference. Meanwhile, is the Vincer king like the king of Conry or something? I mean, he did say he is a king's guard as a cover story, but what does it mean to be a Vincer's blades? Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows even more intense. Okay, so Arlecchino, yeah, Crimson Moon, I guess. But Arlecchino is from Fontaine. So how did that happen? How did that work out? Huh. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it, and I'm under no illusions as to why, because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. Oh, so he's... So, I guess, assuming the Vincer King is, you know, the King of Conria, because what else would it be, I guess? He's saying he's a king's guard, I guess. But he's really a king's assassin, part of their Black Ops stuff. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are a few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and he never will. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? What's that? He was holding a knife in his reflection. Felindus, Is he gonna come clean? It's nothing, you're right. Faye's never smiled upon nobodies like us, but by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a great grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come. See? You just need to stay positive, Rearer. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. So that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown. You're right, Felindus. I've just been overthinking things. That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready. You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you. Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. Don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny. Relax, I'll be there. Seriously though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball? Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, alright? Alright, white outfit it is.
どうやら
Seems like Rear was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services,
自分が
by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Vinster King's guard.
恋人にもう
He
一つ
clearly doesn't want his
知ら
would-be
れたく
fiancé
ない
to know about his other life. Then again, that's
それも
hardly
仕方ないだろう
surprising.
ね
People in the intelligence trade rarely
情
do.
報を扱う人間あいつも
Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work?
さて
Hello, incoming viewers. Thank you for joining the stream. Just getting along with Genshin Impact 6.1 or Luna 2 Archon Quest. Let's dig a little deeper. Leave the hut. We still got, like, how much? You said because Conry is underground, they don't get much sunlight, but how much? I don't know, there's sunlight here at least. Unless it's like artificial light. Our last operation was a rounding success, and thanks to your Rasha of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 drugs of the Crimson Moon and 67 accomplices. After all these years since the dynasty's fall, and so many of them still linger on. Oh, this is the same outfit that Clothar was wearing. Sort of. I mean, but yeah, it's Conria, so... Indeed, it cannot be denied, yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation to the path of prosperity. With an iron fist. Conria has no further need for a dead moon, but alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past. That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance, and that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day, and as it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to. You still haven't told her what you really do for a living? Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners, that your hands are steeped in blood? You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say. But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous the way we identify direct descendants to the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans, most likely my marriage. In particular, I have a feeling that we may become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution. Talking about, is this referring to Vetterfolnir or no? But why would they become targets of the Crimson Moon? Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason, these are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, Rasha of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding. Thanks, Thurkel. You look after yourself too. Felindus, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know, things you cannot know. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past, yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those who would call forth the dead moon's ghost. Could that be why Vetterfolnir had held back? Or was it because some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Felindus. Mira seems to be very concerned about Vetterfolnir's reaction. Vetterfolnir and Danesley, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke? So he's late after all. Just you wait, Rira. You're in it for a big time. Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers? Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would. Thank you, but I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you. For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
人を喜ばせる嘘じゃな
I'm
いよ
only telling the truth. Look
僕のこの目に
me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not
誓う
lying.
よ
Is this kid gonna kill her? He's got the ex pupils that Arlecchino has.
あなた
Your
僕の話を
may
聞
we
いて
have
く
a
れ
word
る
in private?
あなたは誰なの
Who are you and what do you want?
私に何の用僕が誰か
Doesn't
なん
matter
て
who I
重
am.
要じ
Too
ゃな
many
い
of
の
our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of
あま
reaching
りに
out.
もたくさんの仲間が殺されちゃったこの前
Not long ago, the Roshar Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
ちょっと待って
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me
どう
this.
して
I don't
急
want to
に
get
そんなこ
involved.
とを私に言うの待って
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at the face and learned his true
僕
identity.
たちは月の狩人の顔を見ることができた
This is how she finds
それ
out
でやっと身元を突き止めた
before he can admit it to her, before he can come clean.
その人の
His
名
name
前
is
は
Rira and he claims to be one of the king's
レビ
guards.
ル自分が
But
親衛
does
隊の
does
兵
this
士だって
kid
言って
know that does this kid know that Vera and Felindis are currently like living as partners? Or is this just some kid or is he just reaching out to a random person who happened to be a Felindis? What did he say?
なんですって皮肉なも
A
のだ
cruel
よ
irony, isn't it? Oh, yep. The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely he must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands? Why are you telling me all of this now?
私にそんなことを伝えて簡単だよ
Simple. It's because...
お姉さんに
How strange. Veer was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to the Lindas. Veer couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't there. Why would her memories appear in this fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day. But yeah, nefer saw this because of that smoke, however that came to be. Whew. So that was your doing? Did you just pull us all inside Rira's fragment to spy directly on his memories? Any more questions and I'll have to start charging. I had no idea you could do that, boss. Seriously, that was amazing. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. I gotta admit though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we barely scratched the surface. I am just as curious as you are, but the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. That's all we can see for now. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot. So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too. Especially the group with the Volt. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's all going smoothly. If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing. If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent. I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others. Thunderclap Reef? We're going back to Fontaine! Are we? They've been prowling around for only 2 days now. These things just won't quit. Not Fontaine. They might not have seen us yet, but with them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked. Just have to sneak past, nice and quietly. Yeah, shut it, Paimon. That's never gonna work. One little slip up and it's game over. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rira, and once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our necks again. Be that as it may, we still have to try. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright, time to zip it. Yeah, shut it, Paimon. Oh. Oh. Yeah, just an area that I hadn't explored. So glad we almost got spotted. Oh. Not this way. I assume not this way. Oh, maybe it is? Yeah. What am I? Stop climbing, please! I can't even press X. Something final hurdle, blah 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 blah. There's no end to these things. Surely there must be another way out. A way out. Oh. We're gonna get saved. Is Dane's leaf coming? Fire. Arlecchino? Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire. Wait, it's literally Arlecchino. Okay, she came over. Yeah, the dark crimson flames. Wild hunt. That was quick. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Right on cue. Perfect timing. Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. Alright, just gonna come in and aura farm. The old you would have never let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the turrets, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it? It's Arlecchino, you came. Hello again, Columbina, and greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth. It's been a while, Arlecchino. Alright. Alright, so how's your fight going? Oh. Arlecchino glaring with her tea. Got him GG's, Polonia. Got him GG's. Yep, in way over your head again. Stupid Russia, stupid Solnari. Whatever, I got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished. Alright, da-dun. Bosco number 1. He sure doesn't pull his punches. Excuse me, do you need a hand? Who's this? You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute, I recognize that voice. It does sound familiar. Oh. Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help. How considerate of her. Hey, Fremne? Go over there and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Got him, GG's. Wow, that's weak. She pokes it and it loses both of its tracks. Your design sucks, Sandrone. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something. Da-dun. Da-dun. Then let's start downstairs. From now, we'll leave this place to you. Da-dun. You got it. Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves. Why am I getting da-dun, da-dun? Okay. Ah, frick. Did I miss something when I was looking away? Oh. Return to the secret base and discuss your next steps. What? Okay. Sure. Okay. Now we're getting that heroic music again. It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece. Well, feels like there's still quite a few people missing. Where's Flynn's and the others? And what about Nefer? There's something about Varka's voice that also seems a bit off somehow. I returned ahead of them. Flynn's is helping Aino and Nefer to set up the decoys and buy some time. As for Miss Nefer, boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all on the top secret intel we've been gathering. I see. Then let's get right into it. Trigger. But first, who do you have here? You brought someone else in to help? Varka, meet Arlecchino. Arlecchino, meet Varka. Greetings. I was invited here to help as a long-time tea party companion of Columbinas. You may call me Arlecchino. Surely it can't be. Yes, it is. Those eyes. Where have I seen them before? Wait, of course, in those memories we just saw. The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a tea party buddy. You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Shinesnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart. The feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am too. A Fatui Harbinger. I mean, Columbina was number 2 in terms of strength, at least back then, right? I mean, they are ranked by strength, right? The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't start trusting Fatui Harbingers, even at a time like this. I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here? Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka, yet still you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have a tangible payoff. Sometimes stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all, but that's between Columbina and myself. Arlecchino was instrumental in helping us save the whole of Fontaine. I'm confident we can trust her. Forgive me, I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our troubles. We have our own way of dealing with things here, of doing things here in Nodcry, but ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated us with nothing but hostility. I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could, but sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. And disappear. That's why I'm here solely on a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the Fatui. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin. She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give away too many secrets after all. But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again. No. I guess we'll have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers after all. One look and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with. Ah, she's looking at Yehoda. Nice one. Nice one. Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehoda, time to share that top secret intel. Alright, listen up everyone. First we know that Rear was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon. So how's Arlecchino going to react to this? The Dregs of the Crimson Moon? In the memories there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other looking over, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria. Was it stated somewhere like before Nodcry that Arlecchino was a Conrian descendant? I can't remember. To my knowledge, those are the names of 2 different Conrian dynasties. Yeah. Long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria, the Eclipse Dynasty. Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse Dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind, so he sent the Rasha Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Viru showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé. Or at least a would-be fiancé called Thelindis. What's the matter, Volt? Just as Viru regained his body, he called out that name. Okay. Vetterfolner, Ryan daughter, Thorn Sloan. Okay, didn't mention the other ones. Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancé of his? Do we know anything about her? Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret. Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rira's fragment also contained some of Thelindis' memories, even though only a very small portion. Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rira appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were those pureblood Conrians we're talking about here? Huh? Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pureblood Conrian, Curse of Immortality, she would have been turned into a hilichurl, right? Oh. Wait, was it only pure-blooded? Yeah, turned into a wait. Curse of Immortality... Was being turned into a hilichurl considered like Curse of Immortality, or are they separate things? Because Capitano has Curse of Immortality. But Clothar's son turned into a hilichurl. Kaya and his dad are fine. Well, we don't know about how Kaya's dad is faring now, but was fine prior to, like, dropping Kaya off. Oh yeah, just like how it was with the captain. If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rira might regain some of his sanity? It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who nefer knows. Dorius Hangama Bay? Maybe we could hire her to look into it. Alright then, let's keep working on our separate teams. Volt, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others... On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too, so I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers to go wipe them out. But you can't do that permanently. I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up with the boss. It was good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flynn's. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flynn's, Aino, and Inefo when they get back. Alright then. Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way. We better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can. Yeah, relax, just do your thing. I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Our reinforcement should be here any minute now. Stay safe, everyone. Dismissed. So, who are the reinforcements? We're back. Did we get here a little early or a little late? A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on your end? Not great. I don't know how long we can stall him for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. You earned it. Alright, Nefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flynn's? Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how, when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt and Svartnir, you discovered it was just a diversion. But according to Flynn's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nodkride and appeared leading up to that. That was before Rira regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once. Oh! Here's something that I'm noticing about Varka's model. He actually has a noticeable nose, I guess. But there's still something else about his face, I guess, that seems a little different from the others. Can't quite put my finger on it. Flynn's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help.
I know.
I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys, but for now you should stay here and get some rest. Nefer and I will head back over to Emsvartnir to see if there's anything I missed. I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week. I got him, GG's. Database updated, reliability of Aino's predictions increased. Okay. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel. That's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on. We already decided that Nefer should go investigate the situation over Emsvartnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Riru. So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate everyone. See you when you get back. There's so much... so much yapping. This is the thing that I saw, yeah. Would be nice if we gave a warning like that, but... Alright. Here. This will serve as a good spot to cross over. Huh? Where are we going? Alekino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you? Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon, and one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds Flames. That's a new one, Two Worlds Flames. What does that mean? Huh? Are you serious? As in, you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient Conria? Oh yeah, Yehoda didn't mention to us the ex-pupils was specifically Conria, so... Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized science had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerves. I mean, that's how, like, she gives people a fresh start, right? People who want to leave the House of the Hearth. Sort of burns away the memories of the House of the Hearth, their time at the House of the Hearth and whatever. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw away at me, consuming me from the inside out. Her hands. Yeah, it went up to her arms, didn't it? Exactly, that is why my hands are like this too. At first I saw it only as a curse, but once it became a harbinger, the gesture apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations over the few years, there are several things I gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Okay, more lore drop. Just casually dropped, like that, just when we're out here. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return it hungers for my soul. The strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind. If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person. Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug-of-war. Sounds intense. Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about? Paimon has a question. So the Crimson Moon and the Conrians used to worship... So the Crimson Moon that the Conrians used to worship was actually the Iridescent Moon, right? Which was one of the three moon sisters? Does that mean the Conrians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon signs to the Frost Moon? So much of that history has been lost, we have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss, or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, descending faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you. First time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image surrounded by a strange black aura. Well, I appreciated that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I prefer not to end up as the subject of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you're unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody, correct? That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are, so with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before. Deal. Then let's get started. What started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon? When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Perrin Harry, also known as Cleobranto in a moron. Okay? You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era, but setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that retrieved children from beyond the bounds of this world and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony. Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? What kind of induction ceremony? I mean, Skirk isn't from here. Frick. Need more water. So much talking. But like, the deal with Skirk is that she was an inhabitant of another planet, right? And then Sertologi, who the cataclysm had already happened and Sertologi had already left to Va, right? That's how he was able to get to Skirk. And then I guess Skirk trained her and whatever. And then, somehow, Skirk was able to make it to Devat, and Sertologi let her in. Like, after she had already been trained by him. The Crimson Moon Sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpass the gods, but fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. What? The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now you are born anew." What the heck? The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light. That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special place that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual. But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks. Shut it, Paimon. That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly after-image in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open up a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part. Getting out is the hard part, I assume. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way. Understood. Very well, then I'll open it up. Well, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it. However, though, thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. Should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await. Mistress of the 70 hues of ages past, great mother of the present, frame drop. Crimson Clud, sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. Why here?
主の降臨を恋願い立てまつる。
One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer. Got it. I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I'm about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. Alright, let's go. Only embers remain. New mail. Is there even... How deep is this anyway? Okay. Okay. I'm standing right under it. Alright. Whoa. Go through the passage. I send your presence and grant you to death and rebirth. Grant you death and rebirth. Wait, you're... Why are you... Shut it, Paimon! You have crossed over from another world, transcend fate itself. I have no right to... Whose voice is this? Is it someone we know? I can't tell. Hey, look up at the sky, a red moon. This must be the spot, right? Looks like we're in Conria. Oh wait, are we? Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire place. What now? What I've tried to excite, fragments of your broken body seized by the abyss and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon, was this truly what you wished for? There's only one way through here. Careful, there's something spooky about this place. Feels like something is lurking in the fog. Pamon's right behind you, Volt. Whatever you do, don't run off without her. Give me more of my soup. By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How's that possible? What's this thing? Party setup. Oh, okay. Nah, I'll just keep running this. Hopefully I don't need anything specific. Just as I thought, it was only a facade. Yep. Wait, could we see that from the other angle? Hold on. Alright, fine. You guys wanna... Oh. If I climbed up... Okay, stop it! Freaking annoying. I missed. Can we climb up? That would be a no. I wanted to see if we could. Okay. I guess it's here. It. Unless it really is just one model and it does it rotate that much? Oh, it pulled out my glider so late. What the? Nice one. Give me the box. Give me the box. You gonna have any cores for me? Nope. Huh? So the iridescent moon's marrow's up there in the sky? Huh? For real? But that's way too high. There's no way we'll be able to reach it. Columbina can fly. No, I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain. Let's see. Eek! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. I guess we're going in. Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of some sort. Let's check it out. That looks like a witch from this angle. Looks like a device from the time of Columbia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain and left us behind. If we can activate it, we might find some clues. Oh. Okay. These look like those things from the chasm. I don't remember what they're called. Hey, look at that. Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different. Do you think these mechanisms might be key to unlocking the secret? Let's try to find more of them. So Linus, leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now. Oh. Snorri. Hope this isn't ruining the date night. Villis. Oh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table. So Lindis, is that Rira's girlfriend? How come we're hearing her voice here? Didn't Nefer previously mention that she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum? Oh yeah, so do you think she was studying this strange space all along? The Abyss has made this place extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here, like echoes or after images. Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest, mourning still in wistful tone, her fragile soul now laid to rest. For me, of all people, to be investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space, is it a coincidence or something more? Activate the second device. What if I want to see what's on the water? Okay, it hurts. The abyssal energy here is too strong. Better pull back for now. Nah. Does it do percent health? I think it does do percent health. All good. All good. Just have to do this. All good. Alright, now we gotta free this one up. Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to finally get a way to working again.
さないとな。この辺に他の装置がないか探してみようぜ。コースお願いします。
この件はわかるかい？雨描きがたし。
Alright, for you.
星々よ静かに眠る。
Just do a different one first, I guess. Hello, Lester the Enraged. Welcome back. Thanks for joining the stream. I took out Hill Trolls like trash. But they're people! It's like... You gotta be like Levi. You find out that the Titans were once regular people. And then that just weighs on your consciousness. Before you kill them without mercy. No, I don't know. Maybe killing them is the mercy. They can't talk, so we don't know if they're actually suffering like that in hilichurl form. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe it was stated somewhere. I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking blank. If blank really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end. I'm curious, is the damage from standing on the water weaker now? Nope. Oh, hello. Take cover behind the rocks? No, I'm gonna take cover. Wait, does this thing home on me? Whoops. Because there was something like this in the... It does, okay. There was something like that in the... What's it called? Underwater and Fontaine. One of those things. Okay. Cool. With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Rira, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. Wait, so what's up with Felindis? Seems like she's also kind of doing... She also has an agenda. At this point, does Rira... At this point, Rira... Felindis knows Rira's actual occupation, right? Yeah, you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria. I would assume that she's talking about the sibling. But what does the sibling have to... Like, what has the sibling been doing to influence a Vinster King? If only I could get my hands on that outsider. Hey look, the moon's reflection is back to normal. Valence's voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection? It must be, for within it I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul. Okay. Then there's no time to lose, let's go. Bro, can't even go down the stairs. Okay. These things are so creepy. Except we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow. Sure, that's not... Whoa, okay. Party setup. Nope, I'm gonna keep this here. It must be the iridescent moon's marrow, but we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it. I hope I don't need a bow character. Is that a Rift Hound? Yeah. I would have been like, makes sense for a Rift Hound. Was Ryan Daughter? No. Was Ryan Daughter doing this stuff at this point? What am I taking damage from? Oh, my Salon Solitaire is still going ham on nothing. Hello, I'm just gonna ignore you. Hang in there, we're so close. Am I getting healed? No. It has a pyro aura of some sort? Alright. Definitely looks very corrupted. Makes sense. Oh, we finally did it. The iridescent moon's marrow is still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss. It has taken a new form entirely. It's a crescent moon. Yeah. If we can purify the abyssal power within, we should be able to obtain its untainted essence. Yep. My turn. Leave it to me. Is our... You know, it would be really unfortunate if Arlecchino got attacked and we weren't able to get out. Am I able to purify it? Yes. Kind of. So cold. Who's talking? Is it you? Are you here? Arlecchino told us not to respond! Don't answer! Huh? Are you talking? Oh my goodness, shut up, Paimon. At long last I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed and I am finally free. I'm sorry I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart as death drew near. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Unless this is, I don't know, the Crimson sibling. Or whatever, the iridescent moon sibling. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece, like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. My thoughts scattered as the cold crept in, but I could not bear to fade away like that. Maybe it is sort of like the essence of the iridescent moon sibling, sister. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage, then I might have spared this torment, been spared this torment more painful than death. You look so puzzled. That's how I felt too when I first saw you. But trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason. Farewell, Hypo... Huh? Who? Hypo? Is that her name? Hypo? What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the iridescent moon? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend, but none of us have ever met her before, right? Perhaps she took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like her, our auras must be too similar to tell apart. But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's mirror now. That should help you regain your strength, right? Alright, time to leave this place and meet back with Arlecchino. Let's go. Oh, cutscene? We're not actually out, are we? I don't know. Oh, right. We have to... Oh. Why is it falling towards us? Oh, it. What is it? Oh, the way she runs. It's kind of just long strides flying. Oh. It's like she's skating, kind of. Power of Geo. When are we gonna show the other powers?
落ちるがいい。
Okay, cool.
より登る。さあ早く。
Nice. Do we have any cutscenes where we use like multiple elements other than like multiple? I don't know. We have the what was it, the 5-year anniversary anime thing, but we don't have any in-game cutscenes, do we? That shows us using multiple elements. we made it. Was that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Who else? What? Wait, your hands. They're... Oh, this? Don't worry, it's a small price to pay.
ただの代償だ。
The abyss wanted to trap you inside and it defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. If I can purify the abyssal power, then maybe... I don't know. No, I paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them. Oh. Okay, Age. But you can be like Skirk, right? Right? You use abyssal power to make your hands, right? You just gotta get Skirk to teach you how, right? That's what she does with her limbs. Not just her hands, straight up her legs and arms. I think her arms, right? Or at least her hands, but a large portion of her legs, too. But surely... we're so sorry, Arlecchino. Paimon can't believe you'd make a sacrifice for us like this. Sacrifice like this for us. As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is, I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Columbina? Yes, you did your part, and as promised, I'll leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn ever more brightly. I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return. Low poly or something. Low resolution texture. Hey, the flowers are blooming. Feeling stronger? Yep. Too much or... Hey, Columbina, are you okay? I'm fine. Our powers are a little at odds, that's all. By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned, at least to the level it was as Third Harbinger. Wait. Who was second? I thought Columbina was second. Frick. Harbingers. Oh no, Captain was second. What am I saying? Wait, no. Dottore, holy frick. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Captain was first, Dottore second. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Brewer like this. Just one more ray of moonlight if you would. Please, Columbina, don't push yourself too hard. It's okay, I can take it. Both at once? Heh. Okay. How about now? Fighting fit? At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Nodkai. The Rasha of Solnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong. Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive than you did earlier. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze. But now you're full of vitality, just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Columbina. This is who you are. Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow stronger. But whatever you're after, don't let the abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as we were. I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although it's perhaps it's time you took a new name. A new name? Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina, they're nothing more than codenames. They describe who she is and the role she's played, but they're not her real name. Oh, wait! Don't tell me! Are we going to decide a name for her? Like we did with Hat Guy? Huh. I don't know. I mean, like, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but, like, I am terrible at coming up with names. And I do like Columbina as a name. We often use code names on the House of the Hearth too, but it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now you've been living a wandering life, so you probably never really cared. All I'll say is this, once you've defeated Rearer, give it some thought. Alright, that's it from me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandro. Yeah, you're the best. Let us know next time you need a hand, we'll be sure to return the favor. I appreciate the gesture, it speaks to your good character. She literally just clarified she was just doing her part of the deal, but sure. Anyway, let's get going. There are more urgent things to do right now than trade compliments. Okay, a nation that doesn't exist. Alright. On to Act 4, right? I don't know. Let's see. Whew, it was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina strength, and that's all that matters. Oh, it specifically says it's focused experiments mode. In other words, mission accomplished. Frick! Okay, but that is basically almost exactly 3 hours. We finished we finished an act, and the next part is focused experience mode. So I think that is a very good place to leave off. Got a bunch of lore, which unfortunately is going to go over my head, and or I'm definitely gonna forget some of it, unfortunately. But yeah, that will be it for this stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you break, I can never remember. You know, anyone who's lurking, thanks for lurking, right? If you're watching the VOD, thanks for watching the VOD, and if you dropped by and just lurked, didn't say anything, and left, probably won't see this, but you know, thanks for dropping by. Any chatters, thanks for chatting. If you enjoyed this stream and or my other content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing if you're on YouTube, or dropping a follow on if you're on Twitch. Let's see, when is next stream? Most likely tomorrow, unless, you know, something comes up. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this tomorrow. I'm not pulling for nefer. What if I pulled for C6 Farina right here? I have C2. No. I won't have enough for Durin and Nicole and Columbina if I do that. But yeah, next stream is almost certainly going to be tomorrow, unless like I said, something comes up. And then after that, Honkai gets an update next week, I think. So Honkai stream, assuming everything, like nothing comes up, Honkai stream in 2 weeks. Next week, there won't be anything in particular. If I do stream, either Smash Bros. Or Tetrio, and, you know, if I do stream, it'll almost certainly be Smash Bros., but I always want to leave Tetrio open as a possibility. Yeah. Once again, that is it. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!